This is how you play the game called Take 5 or 6 Nimmit. In the game Take 5, your objective is to get as least amount of points as possible. The game ends when somebody in the group that you're playing with gets to a total of 66 points or over. Once that's happened, you will stop playing your rounds and you'll add up the amount of penalty points everyone has, and the one with the least amount of penalty points wins. The numbers on the cards are used for play, but the bowls are the amount of penalty points each card is worth. Each game consists of a round of 10 plays, which are done with each player having 10 cards. You can have up to 10 players. So to play, each player in the group is dealt 10 cards, and then everyone at the same time picks a card and places it face down in front of them. After everyone has picked a card and placed it in front of them, everyone will then reveal the card that they had picked at the same time. And then in the next phase of the game, or the next phase of the round, begins. That next phase, everyone is going to be able to view each other's cards, and the one with the lowest number will be placed first. So I'm going to do an example as if we had these as the other players' revealed cards. So we had a 16, a 12, and a 78. In Take 5, each number wants to go higher than one of these four numbers in this column. What we can see here, we had two individuals play lower than any of these numbers. The 12 would have to go first because it's the lowest out of everyone's picked cards, and they would choose a row to get. I know it seems like the 101 is high, but it's actually only one penalty point as shown by the bowl again, versus this 5 red, 2 blue, and 3 green. So they would take this negative point and they would put it in front of themselves face up so everyone can see, and it would start their negative pile for this round and then add it up at the end of the round to their score. So then next 16 would go, and the order is that you just keep going from 12 to 54 to 78, so each one, but now this card has to go after the 12. It's lower than all the other three, so it has to go after the 12. Now 54 and 78, you have to find the closest. So even though 54 comes after all of these other than 66, all three of these, you don't just get to pick, you have to find the card that is the closest or the least difference to the 54, which would be the 35. And the 78 now gets to play on the 54, which is closer than the 30. So this continues till everyone's played the cards in their hands, and then everyone adds up the negative points in their negative pile. They'll add it to a piece of paper or a score sheet, and then again the game ends once someone has hit 66 points, and the winner is the person with the least amount of points. All right, let's do another situation, another point or another way in which you will obtain points or negative points in this game is when you are the 6th card laid in a pile. So in this example, we will pretend that there were, in this pile, a few more cards. And now we can see that this row here is a lot of points, and unfortunately we'll say that you played the 95, and it has to be played right here in this example. So this is the 6th card in this row, which means you need to take all 5 of these cards as negative points. Remember not to put these cards in your hands. They go in front of you as your negative point pile to be recorded at the end of the round. And that's how you can play Take 5 or 6 Nimmit is another name it's called. A fun game, definitely recommended with more than, if you can, 4 or more players, up to 10. It's a great game. It's pretty quick. You can play it obviously to the 66 points or just best per round.